Okay, let's dive in. Our focus today, well, it's about accountability in elder care here in California.
Mhm.
We're looking at a really significant case, a $1.167 million judgment against what's called an RCFE, a residential care facility for the elderly.
Right.
And the core issue wasn't just a tragic accident, but really a systemic failure that followed.
Absolutely. And this verdict, it's important because it wasn't just about compensation, it was punitive.
Punitive.
Yeah, it penalized the facility pretty heavily for what was argued as willful neglect. We're
Yeah.
looking at how the legal team, the experts at Bedsore.law, proved this RCFE completely failed in its basic duty of care.
So setting a standard, really.
Exactly, a high standard for institutional responsibility.
Okay, let's get into the specifics. The failure of care itself. Who was the victim? We're talking about a 77-year-old man. He had advanced dementia and was living in this RCFE.
Mhm.
He had a fall, a really bad one, resulting in displaced comminuted fractures in his right hip.
Which means the bone was shattered, essentially, and out of alignment, a very serious injury.
Extremely serious. Needs immediate attention.
Precisely. And this is where a legal case really turns. It wasn't necessarily the fall itself. Accidents can happen.
Right.
It was the facility's response, or rather the lack of response.
What do the sources say happened?
Well, that's just it. The records show nothing.
Yeah.
No documentation of the fall at all.
Nothing.
Zero. The caregivers, they didn't document it, didn't get him medical help quickly, and crucially, didn't even tell the family.
That's staggering. How long did this go on for?
3 days.
3 days.
72 hours. It wasn't until his wife visited, found him in his bed, clearly suffering, writhing in pain.
Oh, I can't even imagine the anguish for her, for the family,
Yeah.
knowing he was just lying there, injured.
Untreated for that long. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that delay, that 72-hour gap, that's what elevates this. It moves it beyond, simple oversight into something like aggravated negligence, maybe even deliberate indifference.
Because failing to record it suggests they knew or wanted to hide it.
It certainly suggests a potential cover-up, a massive violation of regulations, especially in California, RCFEs, where documentation standards are strict specifically to protect vulnerable residents like him.
So the legal battle began, led by the team at Bedsore.law.
That's right. Their expert attorneys focus squarely on that breach of duty.
The failure to document, failure to treat, failure to notify.
Exactly. They argued the facility knew or absolutely should have known about his condition changing dramatically after the fall, and yet they did nothing.
And the jury.
The jury responded strongly with that $1.167 million judgment. It sent a clear message: accountability.
Holding the RCFE accountable not just for the injury, but for the utter lack of dignity shown.
Precisely. It really highlights why vigilance is so critical and why having dedicated legal advocates like the team at Bedsore.law makes such a difference in these complex cases.
So let's pivot to our listeners. What does this verdict, this case, mean for you? If you have a loved one in care, it's a stark warning, isn't it? You need to know the signs.
Definitely. This case throws them into sharp relief. Things like unexplained injuries, fractures, bruises,
Right.
sudden changes in behavior. Is your loved one suddenly withdrawn, agitated?
And importantly, communication issues with the staff.
Yes. Poor communication, vague answers, unexplained delays. Those are huge red flags. If you see things like that, you need help.
You need someone who knows how to investigate.
You need a partner who can stand up to these facilities. The attorneys at Bedsore.law, they specialize only in elder abuse and neglect cases. They fight to get compensation for families.
And they work on a contingency basis, right? What does that mean practically?
It means, simply put, no win, no fee.
Okay.
Families don't pay upfront legal costs. Bedsore.law only gets paid if they successfully recover compensation for the family. This is critical for access to justice.
It removes that huge financial barrier when families are already dealing with so much. So Bedsore.law acts as dedicated advocates.
That's right. Investigating the claims, making sure facilities are held responsible, and helping families find, some measure of closure.
Looking at the bigger picture then, this judgment, it's more than just money.
Oh, absolutely. It's about setting a standard. It forces us, critically, to question what might be happening behind closed doors. It's fundamentally a fight for basic human dignity.
A powerful reminder about the need to protect vulnerable family members. Vigilance isn't optional.
It's essential. Silence can enable neglect. Being watchful is the first line of defense.